For sure, man. Appreciate you too.
You don't think you will ever change and write books that incorporate white lives into them substantially?
I have done.
In a substantial way?
You can't understand how powerfully racist that question is, can you? Because you could never ask a white author, when are you going to write about black people? Whether he did or not, or she did or not. Even the inquiry comes from a position of being in the center.
And being used to being in the center.
And being used to being in the center. And saying, you know, is it ever possible that you will enter the mainstream? It's inconceivable that where I already am is the mainstream.
They looked at just 12 southern states between 1877 to 1950. Turns out there were 3,959 victims of what they call racial terror lynchings.
My name is Mrs. Fannie Lou Hamer. It was the 31st of August in 1962 that 18 of us traveled 26 miles to the county courthouse in Indianola to try to register to become first-class citizens.
I don't know what most white people in this country feel, but I can only include what they feel from the state of their institutions. I don't know if white Christians hate Negroes or not, but I know that we have a Christian church which is white and a Christian church which is black. I know, as Malcolm X once put it, that the most segregated hour in American life is high noon on Sunday. That says a great deal for me about a Christian nation. It means that I can't afford to trust most white Christians and certainly cannot trust the Christian church. I don't know whether the labor unions and their bosses really hate me. That doesn't matter, but I know I'm not in their unions. I don't know if the real estate lobby has anything against black people, but I know the real estate lobbies keep me in the ghetto. I don't know if the Board of Education hates black people, but I know the textbooks they give my children to read and the schools that we have to go to. Now, this is the evidence. You want me to make an act of faith, risking myself, my wife, my woman, my sister, my children, on some idealism which you assure me exists in America, which I have never seen.
They are not just gangs of kids anymore. They are often the kinds of kids that are called super predators.
Slavery was justified morally, biologically, theoretically, scientifically, everything else. And it seems to me that white America must see that no other ethnic group has been a slave on American soil. That is one thing that other immigrant groups haven't had to face. The other thing is that the color became a stigma. American society made the Negro's color a stigma.
In my opinion, the young generation of whites, blacks, browns, whatever else there is, you're living at a time of extremism, a time of revolution, a time when there's got to be a change. People in power have misused it, and now there has to be a change, and a better world has to be.
Maybe they can't. Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. Mic check. What's going on, y'all? This is The Section. Hope everybody doing great, doing gravy. We live now on YouTube, Facebook, IG, Instagram. Instagram is IG. See? They got me over here messed up. I just messed my back up, man. So excuse me, y'all, as we go forward. I can barely move. But like we always do, at this time, remember to follow us, hit the subscribe button, the like button, share it, hit the notification bell so we can grow. We all know that today is day 1554 of the coronavirus and being inside the house. I know that's what it feels like, though. But I know, as everyone know, if everyone's paying attention to the news like I am, we have an amazing president, to say the least. we have an amazing president, and he's funny, man. But I don't know if you guys saw his briefing today, but he went off on one of the CNN reporters because she confronted him about saying that the medication that they use for like epilepsy, like I think it's killed like 44 people or something like that so far for people taking that medicine. And she asked him a question about it, and he shut her up. It just didn't answer. Literally turned his back on her. But like I said, in this moment in time, there's no one that's going to win or lose the presidency this year but Donald Trump. He has all the media and everything. It's up to him. If come November we doing good, more than likely he'll be elected. Come November we doing bad, it's all in his hands right now because of the coronavirus. And it's all about how he deals with it. And he is so insecure that he hurts himself. But, I was, as we're all like staying in the house, trying to find something to do and looking at social media, whether it's, I don't know if you guys watch the battles, like the hip hop battles, like the producer battles and stuff like that. Whether you're doing that or whatever you're doing to pass your time while you're stuck in the house, people that are on quarantine. Every now and again, you roll through some videos that kind of touch you. And there was a video that touched me, and I actually got, I think he's a CNA, if I'm not mistaken. I have John with me, John Robert Norris. And first we're going to watch his video, and I'm going to introduce you to him, and we're going to talk to him. He's a nurse, so he's been in the front line. I don't want to say he's a traveling nurse, but it seemed like how he explained it is that he kind of pick up the slack if people can't be in. Hold on, John. I'll have him explain more about exactly what he does. I may be getting it wrong, but as soon as we finish this video, and this video was circulating on Facebook, and I think it got a lot of views too. I think initially it seemed like he was like, if anyone sees this, but from what I see, a lot of people watched it. So I think hopefully people, listened, because I think he said some very important things. But let's check it out, and then we'll take it from there.
Couple things. I just got off another 12-hour shift that I work 6 to 7 days a week on a COVID isolation, COVID dedicated unit for overflow patients from Bay State and Mass Gen, and also other surrounding facilities. And I just want to take a moment to touch on all this talk that I'm seeing about, people being so excited about places reopening and wanting to get back out there and life to return to normal. I've been in several facilities, staffed in several facilities that have COVID, and I've watched it start with one person, and then it's 10 people, and then it exponentially spreads to an entire facility, and you get up to 1 or 2 deaths a day, to the point where you can't even remember people's names. You just remember how many body bags, biological body bags, you have to slide bodies into at the end of the day. So I just really want to kind of reach out to people and just really look into yourselves and just think about this for a minute. Because from what I've seen, this thing's not done spreading, and it spreads very, very fast. And you're fine. These people are fine. They're fine. They come in, they tested positive, they're fine. They're okay. They're okay. Until they're not. And then 1 to 3 days after they become really symptomatic, they either kind of balance out, or they get to that point where they're just not coming back. Okay? The person was walking 3 days ago, talking 3 days ago, doing things independently 3 days ago. Can't even get on a bedpan within 48 hours. And within 24 hours after that, not even oxygen can get them up above 71%. They're unresponsive. They can't eat. They can't move. And then they go into a coma. They're basically catatonic. And then you're loading them into a body bag the next morning.
You know, this is serious. It's more serious than I can describe. And I feel bad for these people, and I feel bad for their families. Their families can't come to see them. They can't even come to say goodbye after they pass. We're loading them into a body bag to go to a facility where the family can't go to say goodbye to them. No minister can come in and do last rites. You know, these people are being deprived of life because of this thing. And the selfishness behind wanting to go out and just jump right back into things. I just can't fathom it, man. You know, this morning, I had another one pass on me when I was going to give her breakfast. She was awake, but was pretty unresponsive at 7 a.m. when I walked into work. And by 8 a.m., I walked in to give her breakfast, and she was gone. She was gone. We coded her. Nothing we could do. So, that was another gurney dropped off the front door. Another body in a white bag. You know, I feel like we have to treat these people like they're contaminated meat. You know, we can't give them the respects of the dead. You know? Can't give their families any closure. It's really sad.
He's trying.
It's really sad what's going on right now.
Okay.
I don't care what the news tells you.
But when it gets shared,
I don't care what people tell you. Because I'm seeing this thing every single day. Every single day I'm witnessing this. And I'm trying to tell you that the best thing you can do is to be patient and stay safe. You know, not just for yourself, but for everybody else. You know, this thing has just spread from the wing that I was on to 3 other units that are in the building. And it started out with 1 patient on one other unit, and now they have, I think, 8 patients within 2 days on the 2 other units. And what I've seen in these facilities, I've seen it go up to 97% of the people are going to get infected. Staff carry it on their clothes. They carry it on the trays. Housekeepers carry it on their carts. Once this thing gets in somewhere, it's over. And these are vulnerable populations to begin with, you know? And they're putting these isolation facilities in nursing homes where you already have vulnerable populations in other wings. So when it comes down to it, and it comes down to this whole entire idea of reopening the government in a week, or reopening, the economy in a week, I'm telling you, from experience and from what I see and what I'm watching it happen, I'm watching how it spreads, please don't be in support of this idea. Please don't go out because the government's saying they might reopen and be a jerk and take that unnecessary risk and put other people at an unnecessary risk at the potential that you can pick it up and you can carry it somewhere else. And if your state is stupid enough to reopen right now and reopen things, when people flood out there, I've seen this thing. We're in the surge, supposedly. What we're going to see is we're going to have a resurgence of this, is what we're going to have. Because I've watched, in the last facility I was in 2 weeks, there was no cases at the beginning of a 2-week marker, and by the end of 2 weeks, we had 16 dead. 16 dead in East Longmeadow. So I'm just really trying to explain to you guys that, you know, it's not just because this is an elderly population or a vulnerable population. Anybody can get this virus, and anybody can get sick from it, seriously sick. And then, even if you don't get sick, you can still spread it. So I'm just trying to really just reach out and just explain to you, I'm tired of loading up body bags. And I certainly don't want anybody that might look at this and watch this to be in one of them. You know? Where at the end you can't even open your eyes and can't even speak to say goodbye to your family. You know, I FaceTimed people with their families, or let their family members try to FaceTime with them. You know, because they can't be there to say goodbye. You know, and these people aren't going to get a proper funeral. They're not going to get a proper burial. They're going to get sent somewhere and they're going to get cremated because they're a biological hazard. So, you know, look, I don't care what the governor says. I don't care what Trump says. I don't care what any of these people say. I'm telling you right now, these dark circles under my eyes, man, 12-hour days with this. 12 hours a day. I'm dealing with this firsthand, and stay inside. Stay home unless you absolutely have to go out. Please don't make yourself a carrier of this. That's even worse than getting sick from it, is that how many people you're going to spread it to before you get sick. And then you're going to, if you don't end up, someone who you come into contact with is going to end up in a facility like mine, on a unit like mine, where you may or may not make it because the hospital is too crowded and the ICU is too crowded, and you're at least stable enough to go somewhere else where you're either going to live or you're going to die. And then I'm going to have to zip up another fucking body bag and unceremoniously plop you on a gurney and unceremoniously wheel you out of a facility out the back door away from everyone, where nobody can see you, nobody can give you grace, and nobody can say thank you, I love you, nothing. You're just another piece of meat in a goddamn body bag to go and get burned somewhere. And this is what's going to happen. And this is going to continue to happen. So everybody on Facebook that I'm seeing right now, I'm not mad at you because you want to go back out, but I'm begging you to look inside yourselves and really think about whether or not your selfish motivation to try to be out there and try to go back out and want your normal life back, whether that's really worth putting more people in these white biological body bags that I'm having to fill every day. Because I don't even have time on my shift to cry. I just got done after a 12-hour shift, and I cried my whole way home because I'm tired of watching people that were fine 2 or 3 days ago being plopped into a body bag today. It pisses me off. This virus isn't fair. The world isn't fair right now. But you would be unfair by going out there and putting yourself and other people at risk unnecessarily. Seriously, guys. If you don't need to, don't go. Please. I love y'all. I just wanted to speak my mind on this, man, because these are nice people, pleasant people, mostly independent people. Till the day they're dying, they can't even get on a bedpan. Can't even help you roll to change their brief. They're up walking and talking. They're fine. They took care of themselves. Not today. Not today. Nope. 7:30, she's watching TV. 8:30, I walk in. She's dead when I put down her breakfast tray. Nothing we could do. So I just wanted to reach out to you guys and just tell you that, you get this thing, you don't know when it's going to kick in on you or if it's going to kick in on you. You don't know who you're going to give it to. You don't know if you're not going to have any symptoms and just spread it around. And if you're one of those assholes that does that, you need to think about that the moment you do show symptoms, and you think about the fact that you were going out in public and whatever. You need to think about the fact, and I really hope it sits on your conscience while you're sick at home. I really hope it sits on your conscience, and you really think about the fact that, wow, how many people did I come into contact with when I went to Walmart and the grocery store, or I went to my barber shop because it reopened? How many people are you going to come into close contact to when they tell you it's okay to go out there? And how many people are you going to get sick? Because this is far from over. It's not even done spreading in facilities. It's not even done spreading through healthcare staff. Please be smart. And please stay safe. I love y'all.
Man. Man. That was powerful, bro. I have John Morris on the line. What's going on? What's going on, John? How you doing?
What's going on, bro? I'm doing all right, man.
Man.
We still breaking up?
No, I can hear you. I mean, it's a little pixelated, your image, but we can hear you, though. So we're good. We're good. So introduce yourself, man. I think you told me you was a CNA, but explain, what you do, because I know you said you kind of almost like a floater, right? Am I tripping?
Well, no, you're not tripping at all. I'm a CNA. I go from healthcare facility to healthcare facility depending on where I'm needed. And lately, I've been signing contracts for
okay, John.
that are
It's kind of the audio is kind of messing up a little bit. I don't know if you could maybe go into another spot in your home or something. When you had got up earlier, it was kind of cleared up, but right now it's very pixelated, and it's messing with the image as well. I mean the audio.
Okay. All right. Let me try this over you.
So yeah, I was
Yeah.
one of the viewers sent me John's video earlier, and I looked at it and I reached out to him. He contacted me back. He literally just got off work a couple hours ago, and agreed to interview with me. So go ahead and introduce yourself again, John.
Well, I'm gonna try, but it looks like it's locking up again.
Yeah, it
And I
is a
think
little.
it's the app.
It is a little pixelated. It may be, but more than likely, it's probably just a lot of times when it's like that, it's the service. But I can hear you better though. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I am a CNA. We're the underrated, underpaid hands, eyes, and ears of a nurse. And from what I've been seeing, from my experience, I've been in multiple facilities where I've seen this thing either break out, and now I'm working on a unit that's dedicated to overflow patients in Massachusetts, which is currently the breakout, the number one breakout
Yeah.
in the United States.
Massachusetts,
We have
right?
the number one surge in patients. Yes, we have the number one surge in uptick in patients.
Mm.
I saw 3 people die on me today, dude.
Yeah.
3
Three?
people die. Like, and yes, and 2 out of 3 of them were okay. They were normal. They were normal people that could take care of themselves. And what I'm predominantly seeing, and I'm not going to call them elderly because they're not.
Yeah. What's the age
But
range of the people
anybody
that
over
you've been
the age
seeing?
of over the age of 40,
Okay.
over the age of 40, over the age of 40, you're at a higher risk. Is what
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I worked in the soldiers'
So it's not
home.
60
I
like
worked
they've
in
been
Cooley
saying.
Dickinson. I well, if you're over 60, dude, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, excuse my language, but
No, it's okay. You can curse.
like people over 60 are really having a hard time with this. And the thing the younger populations don't understand is that they may not get sick with it, they're going to carry it.
Mm.
You're going to carry this thing to people that are going to get sick from it. You're going to take it home to your mama, you're going to take it home to your auntie, you're going to take it home to your brother and your sister, who are going to take it home to your mama and your auntie. And you might be fine, but not everybody's going to be. And those people that you love are going to die from this.
Yeah.
Because it's an elderly population, it's 1 out of every 3 that we're seeing die. 1 out of every 3.
Really? 1 out of every 3?
I that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing.
Right now, I'm seeing it's showing that
And we had a COVID
Massachusetts.
isolation.
I'm sorry, bro. Saying that Massachusetts last night it had plus 178 plus new deaths. Your total deaths is at 2,360. New cases is at 3,000 plus 3,079, and active cases is 35,000. You guys are just now surging, right?
Yeah, we're just now getting into the surge. And I'm going to tell you something else. The facility that I'm in right now, and I'm gonna name them, and I shouldn't. I'm gonna get in
Wait,
trouble.
say it
for
again.
They're called Agawam Healthcare. Agawam Healthcare.
Yeah.
They have an isolation unit, and they have a contract with Berkshire Health Systems. They have a contract with State Health Systems, and they have a contract with I think Mass General Hospital, and they haven't even reported the fact that the virus broke out from the isolation unit and is now in their general population. When I made that video and talked about how it's spread,
Yeah.
it is spread to 8 people. they're up to over 20 people now that are infected, showing symptoms.
Which hospital is this?
Like, this thing spreads that fast. It's not a hospital. It's a nursing home.
Oh,
They're
nursing.
using nursing homes in Massachusetts for overflow.
Wow.
Like, the hospitals can't handle people, so they're using nursing homes as overflow.
Wow.
So I go where I'm needed, whether it be a hospital, a nursing home,
Or
whatever.
nursing home. Okay.
I was in the Army, so I was at Cooley Dickinson when I was needed. I was at the Soldiers' Home. If you look up the Holyoke Soldiers' Home, they've had over 70 dead as of today.
Really? What was the name of that home?
Facility. Holyoke Soldiers' Home.
Holyoke Soldiers' Home.
Yes. Holyoke.
Holyoke.
Holyoke. Holyoke Soldiers' Home. Check it out. I was there. Like, I've moved all over the place. And I'm a soldier. I'm a veteran. So the first place I showed up with is, of course, the veterans. And I run towards the fire. I don't run away from it.
Yeah.
So, me, I might catch a cold and be fine. I wear my proper PPE. I practice safe practice. So I might be fine. I don't know. But
it says more than 50 veterans have died in COVID-19 at the Soldiers' Home, the Holyoke.
Yeah, we're up to 60.
Wow.
And that's in one facility. The state has shut it down and moved all the veterans out. Like, they're trying to keep these things under wraps.
Yeah. So tell me, where were you, like, your mentality emotionally? Because that was a very emotional video, and I can tell you was affected by it. It's one thing to, I mean, you sign up to do this, and obviously it's your passion and you love to help, but I guess seeing people die so much, so frequently, is almost, it seemed like it would be even worse than because you said you're a veteran, kind of even worse than that, because you don't see people die at such a rapid rate every day. I mean, you have friends and stuff you tell me what's like how it hit you in a particular way, because what you sent was very emotional. It even grabbed me. But tell me, like, what got you there to the point where you felt like you needed to let the world know, look, man, stay home. Whatever they're saying, it doesn't matter. If you're carrying it, you can give it to your granny, your auntie. Like, please stay home. Like, what got you there? How many deaths does it take? Or do you just feel like you're, like you don't have any control? Like talk to me.
How many deaths does it take?
Yeah.
Seriously, how many people do you know that have to die does it take for you to want to stay home?
Yeah.
How many people do you care about? Does it take one? Does it take 20? Like, dude, these are your peoples. These are your neighbors, your family, your friends, people that you go to the grocery store. And think about that person that's also behind the counter, that little old lady at Walmart that's checking out your goddamn groceries. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, are you really that selfish that you're gonna go to the barber shop and you see 2 or 3 old guys behind you sit, even if they're practicing social distancing?
Yeah.
They're gonna use those same scissors. That same person is gonna breathe all over them while they're cutting their hair. Like, so if you got the virus, you go in there and you give it to that guy. Okay. Maybe not today when you went there, but tomorrow when that next little old man goes in that business, or that little old woman goes into the hair salon,
Yeah.
and you happen to have it, and you don't know you have it. It takes 24 hours for you to be contagious.
Yeah.
And it takes up to 2 weeks for you to be symptomatic. Like, let's do the math here. How many people are you going to spread this thing to?
Yeah. Are you seeing, like, while you're working, like, people not having the PPE that they need? Is there still a lack?
Same PPP over and over and over again.
Okay, so look, tell me. Let's talk. Let's talk that. Let's tell me what is. I want to know the difference. So this isn't normal. So we can get an understanding of what's normal, because what I've heard is like they're having people do things that 2 months ago they would have got fired for. So tell me what's normal protocol that you guys supposed to do.
Patients' rooms. You're running out of gloves, so you're having to use the same gloves and bleach them to go into other patients' rooms?
The caretakers can possibly be spreading it to the patients, right? Because this is like a
Absolutely.
virus. Yeah, this is like a virus that gets worse. Like you can continue to get, it ain't like you got it and now you got it. It's like you can get sicker and sicker the more you're the more you're around it, right?
I don't care. I'll go to another facility, baby. I don't care. I'll go to a better facility. But I'll drop this facility to the goddamn ground, baby. Well, I'm for real. Like, well, look, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
We got the director of the facility out sick right now. He's going on self quarantine. We got the director of nursing out on quarantine. We got half the patients that are normally in this facility out on quarantine, and this is a facility that's supposed to be having an isolated wing for people that are supposed to be on quarantine. Like, all it takes is one person coming in contact with those people and then going into the facility, and everybody's sick.
Wow.
And this is an elderly population, sure. There are more, but that's not going to
Well, I mean,
normal people from getting sick.
it being an elderly facility would, to me, it seemed like you would even be more cautious because you know that they're more vulnerable, and if you happen to use the same PPE with different people that are have COVID, that can potentially kill some people that may not have been dead based on you passing. How many do you know how many people that work there, nurses that have the COVID?
I don't know how many people have the COVID.
Yeah.
We've had 1, 2, 3, 4.
Said it. I'm sorry, you kind of broke up a little bit. What you said? You said 6?
6 this Sunday. We've had 6 patients die.
Wow. And so, how many? I don't know if you're talking right now because you kind of
Just
breaking
like
up.
I am talking. I'm sorry.
Okay, I didn't hear anything you said. So go ahead and start over.
Okay, I'm gonna start over again.
Just that last part when I said how many.
Sunday.
Do you know if any care workers that got the COVID?
Our administrator, the administrator of the facility that I'm staffed in, is out sick. The director of nursing is out sick. One of the ADONs is out sick, and the other one quit. The scheduler quit.
Wow.
Half of the CNAs have quit. People are either quitting their jobs or they're getting sick. Me, I show up. Like, in a time of crisis, you either run towards the fire or you run away from it. You can't blame human beings for being human beings.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's really, really important that we as people, we show up for each other. Like, this is important, man. This is really, really important.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're either going to be a part of the solution or a part of the problem. We're either going to run away from this, or give the government a more of a reason to sit there and go, look at all these people claiming this or that later and bill us for it later. Or we're going to show up and we're going to do what we have to do and help people.
Yeah.
Because right now is a time where we have an opportunity to help each other.
Yeah.
You know?
And it seemed like helping
really
is more of staying. It seemed like what you were saying is helping, a part of helping, how everyone can help, is staying your ass at home. Right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
don't say anything that'll get yourself in trouble, bro. Like it ain't, it ain't worth it. You can, you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I'm not saying anything. Saying anything that's going to get me in trouble. I'm not naming facilities. I'm not
Yeah.
naming people. I'm not naming anything. I'm not violating HIPAA violations. So
Yeah.
there's nothing that anybody can sue me for or anything like that. But
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something right now. Like, when it comes down to it, what's going on right now is not what people are talking about. It's not what they're talking about on the news.
Tell me about it.
Well, let me put it this way. I watched 3 people die right now, 2 of which were independent a week ago. These people were taking care of themselves, or at least mostly able to take care of themselves. Okay? And
Yeah.
one of which was under the age of, well, I can't even name their age, but they were younger.
Yeah.
Because I can't do that because of HIPAA. Do you
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
But like this thing isn't over, dude. Like it's not. It's still spreading through facilities. Like in the one that I'm working in right now,
Uh-huh.
it's still spreading in.
So the people that you said that were independent, the one that you people were talking about, what's the distance between their independency, their dependency, and their death? Like how quick did that regression happen?
Well, the sad thing is that it's over the age of. I have a couple patients that are younger now that have come onto the unit because they're not able to take care of themselves. And I can't get into detail because of HIPAA regulations. Over the age of 40, I'm predominantly seeing they come onto our unit. They're either going to level off or they're going to die. Like that's just what it is. And within 48 hours of them really becoming symptomatic, like you already know, like they're going to get better, or they're going to get worse. Like
Yeah.
it's really, really, really sad.
Yeah. So you mentioned in the video that we showed that I don't know if you meant it like this or not, but it almost seemed like they're sneaking bodies out the back door, or were you just kind of maybe just saying, look,
No,
like your family is
it's
not
not
getting a proper
sneaking.
goodbye?
It's not sneaking. But it's not sneaking bodies out the back door. It's not sneaking anything. It's
Yeah.
the fact that we have to keep these bodies away from healthy populations of people, or potentially healthy populations of people.
Yeah.
We're wheeling you out the goddamn back door. And to get the opportunity to body you. Like, and sneaking anything, like, I don't know about all that, but yeah, they're trying to be sneaky about it. They don't want anybody to see it. And nobody wants to count the body bags. Yeah. Nobody wants to count the body bags.
Stay right there. You sound good and you look good right
not?
there. Stay right there while you're talking. Don't move no more.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm getting a good feed from you. Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. So you're just saying, okay, I kind of figured you were just saying like, because people aren't, that's one of the things. I just had my aunt just passed about a month ago, and it was right when they started to put restrictions. I was still able to fly, so I had to fly back to LA, and I have a huge family, and only 10 people could go to the burial. We couldn't bury her till the next day, and they only let 10 people go. That's how serious it is. She didn't even get a good goodbye, and I've been watching on the news how people have to say goodbye to their family members through FaceTime, and that's the worst. The last time that I can say anything that I want to say to you, first off, I didn't even know you was gonna die. This is like out of the blue. I just thought you were sick and you were gonna come right back. Now you're dead, and I can't come and kiss you, hug you, say goodbye. I just gotta FaceTime you.
Half the time, the people aren't even able to respond.
Yeah.
The family's just getting to say goodbye over FaceTime, hoping that they hear them.
Wow. Yeah.
Do you get that?
Yes.
Like they're already in a state where like, and I'm not even using a facility computer or tablet or anything like that. I'm using my own personal cell phone.
Yeah.
I'm using my own personal cell phone because the family's been calling and calling and calling, wanting to talk to their family member, and they're just begging. And I'm like, dude, here's my cell phone number. FaceTime me. And I allow them to FaceTime with their family member. They can't wake up, dude. Like they're not there anymore. Like they're barely breathing. Like I don't know how to describe. Like, I'm so sick and tired of people saying the CNAs don't do shit, because you know what, we do a lot more than what anybody else does. I'm hands on with these people every single day. I know more about them than the nurses do. And
yeah. Your hand is kind of blocking the camera. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm sorry.
That's
sorry.
okay.
Yeah,
Go
you
ahead.
know, you got it. And it just eats me up, man. You know? Like at the end of the day, you know, it's hard, man. Like the 3 residents that we lost today, 2 of them that I got to know very, very well. Like
How long
I
were
said,
they in before they passed?
When I texted you, how long did they get to the unit?
Yeah, how long were
Less
they
than
in?
a
You
week.
said you got to know them pretty well. How long were they in?
Less than a week. Less than a week. Wow. But it didn't take that long to get to know them.
Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, when you there 24 hours with a person all the time, and they're sick and they're depending on you, it's easy for them to open up and get to know you because they're scared. No, I understand completely.
Yeah, and the sad thing.
Yeah.
It's like watching somebody age overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, my father died of AIDS in 1995, and I saw how rapidly it took him and how different he became. No, I'm completely aware of how a sickness, you know, something that attacks your immune system will just deplete you. There's this graphic that I want to show you. This is what they were showing this on CNN yesterday, and it's a graph because they were upset. You know, you got a lot of states, Illinois, Florida, Texas now talking about opening, and they're saying this is the risk because for some reason they want to open salons and tattoo parlors and barbershops for I don't know why. To me, it seemed like that's where all the black people are. They don't want the black people to die first. I don't know, but it's said if you look at this chart, it's showing how person A is the one with the virus, and if they get this close to people, he's affecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 potential people that he can affect in one night just by going to a restaurant, and people still think that it's okay.
Days, if you are the maximum effect, if you're the maximum effect of this virus, and how many people do you think you're going to affect in 14 fucking days?
Yeah.
Of carrying this thing around before you show symptoms. And you know what? If you do that, I really hope that you sit at home and you think about the fact that you went to this place and that place and the other place. Like, really, I do.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Yeah. You seem frustrated, and rightfully so, because in addition to people dying that you start to care about, I mean, you know, you're at risk. You got to go home. You have a family. Then they become at risk. You told me before we got on live, you was like, yeah, my wife won't let me come get ready until I have alcohol. Go ahead.
And I grew up in the projects. I grew up in the projects in California. Like, I grew up in the hood. Like, have you ever seen the way that people clean themselves in the hood? Have you ever seen how close people come to each other? Yeah. How many people in the hood watch the fucking news?
Exactly. No.
Huh? How many people are really paying attention?
Yeah.
And you're just gonna let things open back up and let this spread, and then homeboy brings it home to his grandma.
Yep. That's exactly what
Really?
I was talking. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's exactly what I was talking about. That's why I was saying. I'm like, it's weird that why are they talking about opening tattoo? Now, I ain't no conspiracy theorist and I ain't tripping, but I'm like, it's a whole lot of things to open. You're saying tattoo parlors, barber shops, nail salons? That like struck me like, are y'all trying to kill black people or something? Because that's real talk. We don't be up on the news like that. And a lot of people don't be up on the news. When you worried about a whole lot of other stuff, worried about how to feed your kid and things like that, you're not just watching the news. You got to deal with life. And y'all trying to open it up and then all of a sudden, it's because it's always more the poor people, even poor whites and everything. They're the ones that's going to get the harshest effect of this. The poorest of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We got what? We got $1,200 to count on.
Yeah. Right.
You know, you got $1,200 to count on. Yeah, I got a job. I'm helping people, but a lot of people don't. And
that's for sure. A lot of people are filing for bank.
And what? You got $1,200 to live off of, and please stay inside, and then please don't go out. Like, and that makes what difference? Really, what difference? What difference? Well, most of these people, if they were working or able to go out and hustle, they could make over $1,200. Promise. Yeah. Promise.
No, for real. Yeah, you're right. I want to. I'm for some of the people that just logged on, in case they didn't see the video, I'm gonna just show just a little bit of the video again. I want people to really see it because it's very, your video is very impactful, and I think you say, you know, it's really, I mean, you say what all the scientists saying. It's simple, like stay home. Look, there's something out here. First off, we still don't know it. Every day they're updating it. They're changing their minds. It's not because a lot of times it's not because outside of Trump is lying, but for like the scientists, they're not lying. They're finding out, oh, this is new. This is a new COVID. They have a whole. As you start to pay attention more and consume yourself in it, you realize that a COVID. They've been having COVID diseases. This is just a different type of COVID disease. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It straight explains this in black and white that COVID has been around for a long time. Okay? Now, what causes SARS and MERS, okay, the respiratory syndromes that we saw back in the day, remember when SARS broke out?
Yeah, SARS. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
SARS?
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is like SARS on steroids, okay? But it causes worse fever. It causes more flu-like symptoms. And it attacks the weakest of us. It attacks the oldest and the weakest.
Yeah.
And so what we're going to see is we're going to see your mom, your grandma, those people, those are the people that are going to be wiped out by this thing. And people like us, yeah, we might be fine, but you're still playing a game of Russian roulette.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like, you got something wrong with you and you don't know it, you're done. Good night. I've seen it. It's not a matter of if. It's
when.
a matter of when.
Yeah.
It's when. It's when. When am I going to get it? Because right now, this thing's still spreading through the population. Why do you think that they're coming out with these tests? To test for antibodies in people. Yeah. In Iceland, they tested their whole entire population. And out of the entire population that they tested, it's a small island, right?
Yeah.
Island. Right? They tested their entire population. It was mandatorily required you go get tested. Everybody showed up. Mm-hmm. So, out of 50% of their population, out of their entire population, out of everybody that tested positive for the virus, 50% showed up as an A-type carrier.
Yeah. Wow.
Alpha carrier.
Wow.
Meaning
have they tested you guys at the nursing home?
No. Spend the goddamn money. Nobody wants to spend money on testing the staff. They're testing
so they haven't. So the staff that's helping people haven't been tested.
Shit. Most of the facilities, I bet not.
Wow.
No, you got to go. You got to show up at a drive-up place, which, by the way, closes at 5 p.m. and I work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So, no.
And it's not available at. That's crazy.
No.
That to me that just seems like a non-thought. Yes, of course, the people that's helping people should be tested to make sure that they're good.
Well, yeah, we should be. And I'm sure that in bigger hospitals and stuff, they are.
Yeah, well, you can't speak on bigger hospitals. The only thing you can speak on is what you're working on, but that still matters. You still dealing with people. You still dealing. They still should be. You're dealing with the most vulnerable. They should be up on it, making sure that you guys have what you need, that you're straight, because you still got to go home. every day you're rolling the dice. Period. You know what I'm saying? Anything can seep through your PPE, especially if you're not changing it how you're supposed to be changing it. So you're vulnerable as well. They should definitely be testing you guys. I'm gonna show this video, just a little clip of it, so people can see.
Hey guys, whether anybody's going to watch this or not, I don't know, but I just wanted to take a minute to speak to everybody that knows me on Facebook. I just wanted to touch on a couple things. You know, I just got off another 12-hour shift that I work 6 to 7 days a week on a COVID isolation, COVID dedicated unit for overflow patients from Bay State and Mass Gen, and also other surrounding facilities. And I just want to take a moment to touch on all this talk that I'm seeing about, you know, people being so excited about places reopening and wanting to get back out there and life to return to normal. You know, I've been in several facilities, staffed in several facilities that have COVID, and I've watched it start with one person, and then it's 10 people, and then it exponentially spreads to an entire facility. And you get up to 1 or 2 deaths a day, to the point where you can't even remember people's names.
Yeah, we're up to 3
You
now.
just remember how many body bags, biological body bags, you have to slide bodies into at the end of the day. So I just really want to kind of reach out to people and just really look into yourselves and just think about this for a minute. Because from what I've seen, this thing's not done spreading, and it spreads very, very fast. And you're fine. These people are fine. They're fine. They come in, they tested positive, they're fine. They're okay. They're okay. Until they're not. And then 1 to 3 days after they become really symptomatic, they either kind of balance out, or they get to that point where they're just not coming back. Okay? The person was walking 3 days ago, talking 3 days ago, doing things independently 3 days ago. Can't even get on a bedpan within 48 hours. And within 24 hours after that, not even oxygen can get them up above 71%. They're unresponsive. They can't eat. They can't move.
That's the truth. I can't. I lost 3 today, man. You know,
Are you over
on the world? So be it. Thanks so much for being with us. Mayor, you say that you assume everyone has the virus and is just asymptomatic. You want casinos open, Vegas back in business. Is that a responsible call to make?
That wasn't the call that I was really making. It was to get people back to work. We have so many in our hospitality crew. Probably we're 2.5 million people down here in Southern Nevada, and we have so many out of work because of
But you want the casinos open, yes?
Well, that's a piece of it. I want the hotel rooms open. We have 155,000 hotel rooms, and most of our people who live here and are part of the population are hooked to those hotel rooms in some way or ancillary way.
So you want like hotel rooms, casinos, the theaters open? I mean, you want Vegas back in business, no?
I want our restaurants open. I want our small businesses open. I want our people back in employment. We have so many families that can't even afford to get the groceries for their family because they've been out of work for 6 weeks.
But so casinos, you want them open because obviously visitors are not going to come without casinos and shows and things.
Well, no, they'll come because they love. We've got Major League Sports here, and we've got so many ancillary. I'd love everything open because I think we've had viruses for years that have been here.
That is the call you said you weren't making. That is the call. You want casinos open, you want stadiums open, you want restaurants open, you want Vegas back in business.
And
I
Anderson, you're being
yeah.
very specific, and I appreciate it because that's where you're seeing it. No, the reality is I want us open in the city of Las Vegas so our people can go back to work. And
Okay.
that's it, because we're putting children and families back out on the street, and very much a part of it for our convention business are our hotels
killing
and,
children and
yes,
families.
gambling. And gambling is a part of it.
So
But
you want
it is
conventions
all-
in the town too?
Absolutely. I want everything back. We've never closed down the United States. We've never closed down Nevada. We've never closed down Las Vegas because that's our job, an entertainment capital of the world where everything's clean. We would never have gotten to the point we are now as a center for entertainment and conventions and sports and everything else. And so positive
Let me
without
ask you-
being clean.
Right.
Put body
you're,
bags out
you're,
on
I mean, you're
the
talking about
streets and then call it
encouraging
entertainment.
hundreds of thousands of people to come to Las Vegas. I
Back.
get the financial losses people are suffering, which is awful, but you're encouraging, I mean, hundreds of thousands of people coming there in casinos, smoking, drinking, touching slot machines, breathing circulated air, and then returning home to states around America and countries around the world. Doesn't that sound like a virus petri dish? I mean, how is that
know
safe?
what it sounds like? You're being an alarmist. I'm not. I've lived a long life. I grew up in the heart of Manhattan. I know what it's like to be with subways and on buses and
I'm being an
crammed into
alarmist?
elevators. I think
You
you
ain't been
are
on
by
that shit
saying
with
what you
this-
have just said.
So you don't
I'm the one
believe there
that is
should be
saying-
any social distancing? You don't believe
Of
that
course
this is
I
a...
believe there should be. Of course. I'm a
Okay, how do you do that in a
rational-
casino?
That's up to them to figure out. I don't own a casino. I don't know anything
Wait a
about
minute, wait a
building
minute, wait a minute. I'm sorry. You're the mayor of Las Vegas, and
Yes.
you want casinos to be open, even though you have no authority, thankfully, over
Yes.
casinos. But
Yes.
you say open them up, but you have no responsibility about how that would be done
No,
safely?
you're blurring. No, you're blurring.
You said it's
I'm
not your
going
job.
There. I am not a private owner of a hotel. I wish I were. And I would have the cleanest hotel with 6 feet figured out for every human being who comes
So
in there.
if you can't figure out how to do this safely, why, as mayor of a city
The
that
only
you were
figure you're
responsible for
concerned
people's
about is
safety,
money.
are you calling for something that you have no plan for how it would be done safely?
I am not a private owner. That's the competition in this country, the free
you get paid by
enterprise,
all.
and to be able to make sure that what you offer the public meets the needs of the public. Right now, we're in a crisis health-wise, and so for a restaurant to be open or a small boutique to be open, they better figure it out. That's their job. That's
So
not
let me
the
ask you-
mayor's job.
Okay, you said in another interview, you said, quote, let the businesses open. Competition will destroy that business if, in fact, they become evident they have a disease, they're closed down.
Oh, yeah.
It's that
Oh, yeah.
simple.
Yes.
Do you stand by that? Because it would take weeks, as I think you probably know, before anyone realized a place was a epicenter of viral infection. I mean, that it would take weeks for that would actually to show up. You're comfortable with that?
You're a very good interviewer. I've watched you for years, and you're wonderful. And I'm not going down that road. I am sticking with what I'm asking for. Please, our governor.
I'm
in
focused
our
on what
state-
you're saying, Madam Mayor, and what you're saying doesn't make
You're trying
sense.
to get me to say something. No, that's your opinion of what you think I'm saying, and I am being very clear. I
Okay.
think our governor has a great and a
So
difficult job
but you're
to
saying
do.
competition.
I want the
you want
city
it to
open.
be like the free market. Everybody gets to go into these restaurants, and if it becomes a center
Lady, if
for
you spend
viral
as much time
infection,
concerned about
that the
people
market
who
will
didn't
decide.
prepare,
Anderson, no,
things would be
we
very,
weren't
very different.
that's what you said.
We weren't broken when we
That-
were closed down, and
You
yet
stand
all
by
of
what
us,
you said.
I think I had it.
You said
believe
let
we
the
need to be
businesses open. Competition will destroy that business if, in fact, they get
Yes.
evidence they have a disease
Yes.
there. So that
Yes.
should happen. Just let the businesses open. If it becomes a vector for viral infection and those people go back to their states and around the world, so be it.
It's a responsibility of each one of us as a human being and part of the civilized world to know when we're sick. We don't do bad things to people at all, ever. This is a city that's built itself because of the ingenuity and creativity and passion that people have here to work
We
and
don't do
to
bad
live
things
the
to people.
American dream.
Shut up.
And that's who we are. And we have proven we've been very successful. So all your questions are great, but
Successful
I'm
in
not
hurting people.
offer my call. Please let us open the city of Las Vegas. Let us
Right.
get back to business.
One of the things that you've claimed is that
That's
you
great.
take your lead from Dr.
Let's
Fauci.
bring the drunks and the drug addicts.
Dr. Fauci does not.
Great.
It's a fairly long interview, but you know, one of the things that he challenges her on, he says, "What if it's your family?" She says, "I'm not stupid. I wouldn't send my family out." It's like, how selfish are you? But you want, obviously, I'm thinking because she wants to be reelected and she knows the economy dictates a lot if you're going to be reelected or not. So she's worried about that versus people getting sick. Las Vegas is the worst place for anything to break out. Because Anderson is right. People come from everywhere. People come from everywhere. It's crazy. And doing everything. People come from everywhere, and then if they have it, they go to those casinos. Ain't no way in hell that you're gonna be able to regulate people from 6 feet of social distancing in Las Vegas. That's just selfish. But she wouldn't have her family out there. What do you think about that video, man?
No, that's just crazy. That's just crazy, dude. Like people that can't even leave their rooms right now are getting sick with this shit.
Yeah.
People that have to have people that take care of them are getting sick with this because somebody accidentally picks it up and carries it to them. And you're going to put people into a situation where it's like I'm going to tell you what's going on in Massachusetts right now. I'm going to be real with you. When I go out right now with everything being shut down, I'm going to tell you that maybe 1 in 4 to 1 in 5 people are wearing masks. Maybe 1 in 3 respect social distancing. And you're going to reopen things? Are you fucking kidding me? In
I
some
know
place
people
like
ain't listening.
like
I
a
would say
casino?
New York is doing better than I thought. I'm not from here, but I've been here and saw how busy it is, and now see how empty it is. They're doing their best. I do see some people with masks, but I see way more people with masks, and I was surprised. And I'm like, oh, okay, people are doing it. And like I was out filming the other morning, and the streets were empty. It was completely empty, and I was kind of happy. I'm like, oh, they're listening. They're and I'm sure it's because it's happening the worst, or it's been happening the worst in New York. But if someone slips up and don't do it, or people are, Cuomo tries to open New York City, it'll be the worst decision that he'll had ever made. Period.
Numbers, and the numbers aren't adding up to what he wants the decision to be made. So props to him for that.
Yeah.
Like I got to give him credit. But you got people that haven't even seen the outbreak yet that want to reopen their states.
Exactly.
And that's where the problems are going to be. It's Texas, it's Georgia, it's
Florida.
It's these states that
Florida
want to
opened up the
reopen
beach
right now because it's like, oh, nothing happened here. Everything's fine. Okay, man. That's like saying, yo, I ain't never seen a shootout in my neighborhood. Everybody can own guns.
Great analogy. Exactly.
Like that's
I just, to me, I think it's so irresponsible for a mayor that, people listen to. Just like when Trump speaks and say, oh, you can take this medication because it works, and how many people do it. He says, oh, you can go to work and people go to work and get COVID. Oh, you can go vote, people go vote and get COVID and die. Like she needs to own up to the fact that she has influence and she has a responsibility to do the right thing. And it can't be the right thing for her political career. Like that's the thing. That's why I hate. Like you can't play politics with people's lives. That's what I hate about the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. I can't even believe that lady's an independent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, it's absurd that you would be okay with, but then have the audacity to say, I'm not stupid. I wouldn't have my. Hold on. Because I'm talking about it. I'm gonna just find this clip right quick where she says that. Give me 1 second, because I think it's important that people hear her when he. I think it was. I'll be able to find it easier on the Breakfast Club. I think that. I'm just trying to look for it where she says it.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're like, really, you have no comprehension of how many people that one person can infect in a 2-week period. Like, how many people are you going to come into contact with, dude? I tell you that I see when I went to Walmart the other day and I'm suited up. I got gloves on. I got freaking face mask on. I got mask on. I got everything on, right? Like
Yeah.
I treat that shit like the only thing I don't have on that I have on a COVID unit is the damn whole entire
The
bodysuit with the
bodysuit,
goddamn
yeah.
hood.
I have on gloves and
Listen,
a mask every time I go out the house.
you know what I mean? And goggles. I got the
Yep.
ski goggles on. Like, yo, like, because people cough, that shit can get into your eyes. You're still going to get infected. It's on the CDC website, so I follow CDC guidelines. And in following these things, and I go out and I see people, and they're walking up to people, and they're like, we're trying to talk right in their ear or right in their face. And I'm like, you have no consideration.
Oh
You
no,
want to
dog!
walk
I
right
tell
up.
people all the time. A few people do that when if I have to go get some water or something from the store across the street. I'm like,
Back
dog,
up.
6 feet, homie.
Back up. Back
Yeah.
up. Back up.
Look, check this out. I
I
found
got
a
everything
clip.
on. Back up.
I found a clip. I want you to hear this right quick.
We have to open up.
But
room
hasn't it been
cleaners,
because of
our
social
restaurants.
distancing that the numbers have been what they are?
How do you know until we have a control group? We offer to be a control group.
You're
Vaccine, you give
offering
the real
the
vaccine.
citizens of Las Vegas to be a control group to see if your
I
theory
did
on
offer. It
social
was turned
distancing
down. No,
works or doesn't
no,
work.
wrong. Absolutely wrong. Don't put words in my mouth. I offered to be a control group, and I was told by our statistician, you can't do that because people from all parts of Southern Nevada come in to work in the city. And I said, oh, that's too bad, because I know when you have a disease, you have a placebo that gets the water and the sugar, and then you get those that actually get the shot. We would love to be that placebo side so you have something to measure against.
If casinos reopen, are you going to be inside those casinos every single night putting your own life on the line?
What is the purpose of that? First of all, I have a family.
Now, when you get online and you see people posting memes that say things like they will open everything.
Why would you say that? First of all, I have a family. So she's willing to put the citizens of Nevada to a test, but she wouldn't do it because she has a family. So fuck everybody else's family. Right?
That's what it sounds like. You know,
that's amazing to me. And she don't even recognize what she's saying.
I really don't get it. I really don't get it because you know what? You know what? If she really wants to do, she really wants to do her placebo test. I got a few residents that would love a free trip to Nevada before they die.
Right?
They'd love a free trip to Vegas. Give one of my residents a free trip to Vegas, and then let's talk about it. And make sure they get free. Make sure I want it with free room service, and I want free slots, and I want to make sure they get free drinks, and somebody's going to bring that drink to them and be within 6 feet of that person.
Yeah.
And I want to see what she has to say about that after that happens, because I'm going to tell you something. She's going to see an entire casino shut down within a week.
But
Because
not even that. I
just
mean,
what
the fact, this just lets you know about politicians right here. She don't give a fuck about her constituents, the people, or nothing. Only thing she cares about is her political career. She knows the economy. If the economy is down, she may not get back in the office. She probably hear people pressing her to we need to open the city back up. So now she's obligated to these people that probably donated to her campaign. But she's saying, oh, I have a family. Why would I do that? Oh, your family. So your family matters. No one else's families matter. Period. To me, that's just politics. That's the thing that frustrates me the most, man. Really, because they never do care. She just makes it so plain, and she's so absent. She's so absent that she don't even see what she's saying. It's either that she's absent or if she's been in politics so long and she's been able to say this outrageous shit and nothing happened, that she knows there's going to be no consequence to it. Or she's just been so, maybe she's so used to being outrageous that now that she's done it in on a national level, she don't realize how condemning what she's saying is going to be to her and her campaign moving forward. She don't know it, but it will be. She probably don't know it because she absent and she's just been able to do this for the longest time. What? No, not my family. Why would I do that? My family. But I can volunteer a whole group of people that I don't know, let them do it and see what happens. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Retire in Nevada?
I know.
Like, let's think about
It's
this.
just like
How
just
many
like Florida.
elderly are living in trailer parks around Las Vegas? How many people from California go and retire near Nevada because it's cheaper?
Yep.
Near Las Vegas because it's cheaper. Like, let's think about this, because I'm from California, so I know my uncle retired outside of Las Vegas. My aunt retired outside of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So let's think about this. They moved from the San Francisco Bay Area, and when they retired, they didn't have a lot of money. They moved outside of Las Vegas. So what kind of population are you putting at risk right now?
Exactly.
Because those same working people are going to go back to those neighborhoods because they can't afford much more. They can't afford to live in the city because living in the city is damn expensive.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to live in the city, you better live in a hotel room.
Wow.
And you move outside of the city, and then you're in what? You're either in the suburbs, high-class suburbs, or you're in one of the trailer parks around freaking Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And who lives in those trailer parks? Low income, minorities, and elderly.
Yeah.
Who's at high risk here?
Low income and elderly. Jade says
Low-income,
on
elderly,
Facebook, she
and
says
minority.
people are selfish. They have they have that thought because they haven't lost a member of their family. I think you're absolutely right, Jade. I think because they haven't lost a member of their family or they had no one sick, that's just over there. It's almost like, you know, when you have mass shootings and people still want their guns because it haven't happened there. And everyone that I've interviewed that's dealt with a mass shooting say, I always thought it would never happen to us, and it happened, and they become activists. And thank God that they are activists, but what if they became activists after it happened over there? Maybe it wouldn't have happened in their neighborhood. Like, why does we have to be so self-centered that it only matters if it happens to my mother, my father, my sister? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not happening to John's family. He's out there helping people. And he's putting his whole life in risk. Huh?
It did happen to my family.
Did it?
It did.
Okay, I didn't know that.
My family.
Who did it happen to?
Yeah, my ex, the mother of my child.
Okay.
She has a daughter by another person.
Yes.
Okay. His mother. She died from COVID when this first broke out in the United States in Texas. Yeah.
Really?
And on top of that, I've seen 3 coworkers die from this.
Yeah. I have a friend now, Jordan has it. He's trying to get over it, and
so this can
I
reach
think
out
we know
and
like
touch
3 or
anybody.
4 people, Isabel, that has it. That she, a friend of mine, Isabel, she has like 4. How many people?
That I know who had.
Yeah. 3 people that she knows right now. She's from New York that has it right now. Little 5-year-old girl died the other day from it.
And this can reach out and touch anybody, and that's what people don't understand.
Yeah.
Is that this can reach out and touch anybody, and people want to be selfish. Like here in Massachusetts, we got people on the governor's front lawn protesting. Yeah. Like y'all coming together to raise signs. Y'all come together to raise COVID.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, I don't wish nothing bad on them. I hate the fact that they're doing it. But I don't want nothing bad to happen. But sometimes it takes that for people to open the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And realize this is serious. Nobody wants to, like Where's your mind? Who would want the thing to, who would want to not be working? Who would want to have the city closed? Who would actually want this? This is in no one's best interest, whether you're a politician or whether you're a citizen, to have the economy shut down, to have the city shut down. No one wins for this. So people are doing this because they're trying to save lives, not to control no one. Where's your mind at?
No, and that's the thing, is that this isn't about controlling Americans or anything like that. Like, if anything, controlling Americans is reopening the economy.
Exactly.
Like that's where the control is going to come in, because they know people are going to die, and they're sending you out there to die.
Mm.
You're being sent out there to be a lamb to the slaughter.
Mm.
And that's how I feel. And if it's not you, it's going to be somebody that you know. It might be your mother. It might be your father. It might be your sister that has a health condition that you don't know.
Yeah.
And you're going to go out there and you're going to take this disease home to them, or home to somebody that you know, and you might just end up with the sniffles. But somebody who you know is going to die. And that's the really sad part about it. And that's what I'm seeing in every facility that I work in, is that somebody walks into work thinking, I just got allergies.
Yeah.
And the next thing that you know, people are dying. And it's not one. We're up to 3 a day right now. 3 a day. Like,
that's
3
just
a day.
in one
We
facility.
had 3 die today. The day that you saw me post that video, we were at maybe 1 a day.
Wow.
We had 3 die today. And we have 18 new diagnosed cases in other wings, because it's spread from the isolation unit, because some asshole decided to come down and deliver laundry and then go on to another wing.
Wow.
And you have a vulnerable population. And people die from this shit.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And it's frustrating.
It is.
And guess who gets to zip up the body bag? Me.
Yeah. Wow.
You know?
Wow.
I get to deliver it to the coroner's truck out back.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
And ain't no minister allowed to come into the building. Nobody. I'm sorry, I'm a Christian. I seriously believe that people should be able to practice whatever religious belief they have, and they should be able to get last rites or whatever their religion is, and they should be treated with respect by that. And because of this virus, they're being deprived of that. Their families are being deprived of being able to say goodbye to them, or even be able to have a chance to talk to them. There's only so many people that I can get to with my cell phone before it dies at the end of a 12-hour shift.
Wow.
For them to be able to talk to their families, whether they're going to live or they're going to die, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you know, and people, you know, I've seen some of the shares of my video on Facebook about me being a CNA.
Yeah.
I come in contact with people more during a day than nurses do in a month, or even 6 months.
But I would say
meds.
don't even allow somebody's comments to make you like, both y'all are all in this together. Y'all all risking their life. Nurses, CNAs, don't allow these idiots that probably wouldn't even put themselves at risk like you're putting yourself at risk.
They would.
Don't allow them. Don't allow them to have you step out of character. Like, y'all all on the same team. Y'all all taking the same risk. They don't even know. I wouldn't even.
Oh no.
They don't even know, bro.
No, and I'm not talking bad about nurses or doctors or any.
Yeah, they don't have a clue. They don't have the heart that y'all have. There's a whole lot of people, and not to say it's stressful outside of risking your life. It's stressful when you don't have everything. I worked at a restaurant, and I ain't comparing it, but I know it's stressful when you don't have you got a huge table, and the food ain't ready, this ain't ready, and you keep getting sat. That is stressful. You just want to quit. Imagine people are dying. You don't know if you're going to catch it, and you don't have PPE, and all those things happen, dog, on top of you dealing with someone every day. Like, that's stressful, dog. Y'all deal with a whole lot of shit. Don't F anybody on the comments that's saying something against y'all, bro.
How the health industry is doing.
Go ahead.
Go on Indeed.com. Go on Indeed.com and look up CNA. Look up nursing. And look at what the pay rate is in states like Massachusetts now.
Yeah.
The pay rate went from $13 an hour, $14 an hour for a new CNA, to you don't have to have any experience and have a CNA. And you can get $45 to $50 an hour right now as a CNA.
Indeed.com.
Like, that's Indeed.com.
Yeah.
Indeed.com. Look it up. because what's happening is that people are scared.
Yeah.
People are terrified of this virus. So not only are we working with people that are sick, we're also working against the fact that we're short-staffed, extremely short-staffed. We're talking like 1 to 20, 1 to 30 patients,
Yeah.
short-staffed. The last 2 days, I was working 1 to 29, which with state regulations, that's illegal. That's illegal. I can only chart on up to 20, or it's a state violation saying that if like, I'm just telling you, man, like, I'm going to show up and I'm going to take care of these people.
Yeah.
Because that's my job. That's the vow that I made when I joined healthcare, is that I'm going to take care of these people. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show up for this. You know, as a soldier, when I was a veteran, you know, I made a vow that I was going to run towards bullets and not away from them. And it's the same thing. The only difference is that I can't see them coming.
Wow. Wow. That's amazing. That's, man. Well, look, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, bro. And tell everybody where they can find you, man. I don't know if you got a channel or what you're doing, or tell people what's on your mind before we close out. Before we close out, though, y'all make sure that y'all follow us. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification, share this video. Trying to grow the channel, the section. Hey, man, go ahead and, you know, tell people, you know, what they need to do. You know, I know on the video what I showed, you know, people need to stay at home. If you guys need anything, if there's a number that they can contact or anything like that, just put it out there. But give me some last words.
Well, if I can tell anybody anything, man, it's going to be just please be patient. Please be safe. Like, just take care of your family and stay at home, man. Like, don't put yourself and others at risk. It's really not worth it. It's not worth it to have that on your conscience if you're going to carry this thing and you're going to get somebody else sick, because it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about other people. It's about the person to your left, to your right. It's about the people that you're going to come into contact with. And really, at the end of the day, it's about your neighbor. It's not about you. Like, we're Americans. We look out for each other before we look out for ourselves. That's how this country was built.
Yeah.
You get it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So,
I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. But
no, you're good, man. You're good, bro. Well, I appreciate you, man. We're going to head out. I appreciate you taking the time and giving us that word, man. And everybody, check out the video. I'll leave with a little clip of the video just so they can you know, see it. That's all. And we out.
Well, much love, bro. And
Much
look
love,
out for
bro.
people.
Appreciate you, man.
You too, man. Later.
And then they go into a coma. They're basically catatonic. And then you're loading them into a body bag the next morning. You know, this is serious. It's more serious than I can describe. And I feel bad for these people, and I feel bad for their families. Their families can't come to see them. They can't even come to say goodbye after they pass. We're loading them into a body bag to go to a facility where the family can't go to say goodbye to them. No minister can come in and do last rites. You know, these people are being deprived of life because of this thing. And the selfishness behind wanting to go out and just jump right back into things. I just can't fathom it, man. You know, this morning, I had another one pass on me when I was going to give her breakfast. She was awake, but was pretty unresponsive at 7 a.m. when I walked into work. And by 8 a.m., I walked in to give her breakfast, and she was gone. She was gone. We coded her. Nothing we could do. So, that was another gurney dropped off the front door. Another body in a white bag. You know, I feel like we have to treat these people like they're contaminated meat. You know, we can't give them the respects of the dead. You know? Can't give their families any closure. It's really sad. It's really sad what's going on right now. I don't care what the news tells you. I don't care what people tell you. Because I'm seeing this thing every single day. Every single day I'm witnessing this. And I'm trying to tell you that the best thing that you can do is to be patient and stay safe. Not just for yourself, but for everybody else.
You like that last video? Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, where the progressives have a voice. And remember, share this, like it, subscribe to the channel so we can grow. The Section Independent, that part.